Hello kids, this is Parimala and I'm your coding teacher. Welcome back to my channel Stream with KSP. I hope you all are doing great. Stay home, stay safe. We are continuing the series of P5 editor in the previous classes and we are learning the concepts of JavaScript programming language. We all created so many games and we are doing with the P5 editor and you are enjoying the coding. If anyone new to this channel, please subscribe and click on the bell button to get notification for next videos. Don't forget to like and comment to get boosted for next videos. In this class also we are going to discuss wonderful topic. If anyone have missed the previous classes, all the class descriptions are provided in the description. Kindly check it. Let's get started today's class without wasting time. This is class 15, nested loops in P5 editor. In the previous class, we have learned loops in P5 editor. In this class, we will learn about the nested loops. So we will be writing the loop inside the loops. In the previous class, we learned about the while loop and for loop. So both the loops will execute the statement until the condition is false. But coming to the conditional statements, will execute the statement only once, depends on the condition. If the condition is not true, then the else statements will be executed. But coming to the loops concept, the loop will executed until the condition is false. Let's get started nested loops in P5 editor. If we type P5 editor in the Google, the login page is open. Here we have to give our credentials. I'm giving my credentials to log in into the P5 editor page. We need to click on the login button. Then the P5 editor page will be open. And I will write here today's class. That is class 15 nested loops. If you want to work with the nested loops, we will be using the for loop. So let us write the first for loop and then we will include the another loop into this particular loop. So let's get started with the for loop. If you remember the for loop syntax, you can also do the coding along with me. Now I am going to give the background, the black color one. And now after this black color background line, I want to write my for loop. So for is a keyword and opening the bracket. First is we need to declare the variable, and after declaring the variable we need to give the condition. Depends on the condition only the loop statements will be executed. Then we need to give the semicolon again and we need to write the incrementation value, how much we want to increment the variable value every time. So after this completing the syntax, we need to give the two flower bracket, and inside the flower brackets we are going to write the statements. And here I am going to write an ellipse, depends on the condition, and an ellipse to be displayed on the canvas. So x comma, and my y position is 200 and width and height will be some 25 comma 25. So if you remember this for loop we have used in our previous class, and I'm also going to give you the stroke weight and stroke color. Stroke weight I'm giving the stroke weight to 4 and stroke color. I want to fill the stroke color, the border color with 255, which indicates the white color. Let us check the output once, then we will write one more loop inside the for loop. If you can see, we have ellipses on the x-axis. Now what I will do, I will write the another for loop. I want the ellipses in y-axis direction also, so I am taking the one more variable, and if I want ellipses in the y-axis, I am giving height instead of width because the condition has to check for the particular height, and The last one is incrementation. See, here also we need to write y, and same like x, I want to increment every time 50. As usual, we need to write this, and same I want ellipse inside. But here I need to mention the x position and y position will be taken from the for loop, and the width comma height is 25 comma 25. Let us click on the play button, and you can see we have the ellipses in y-axis direction also. Now we don't want to see the two for loops like different. I want to combine these two for loops. So one loop will be inside the other loop will be called the concept of nested loop. So I am going to include my another for loop inside this loop, and also I want to fill a random color to my ellipses. So let me write that here. I'm giving random variable. So we already discussed about this random variable in the previous classes. So if anyone have missed, you can check the videos in the playlist. And I want to give the random colors for red color, and for blue color we will give it 0, and for again green color again I'm giving some 220 number. Now let us check once. Yes, some different colors are displaying here, random colors are coming. Even though we have given fill color for one ellipse, it is displaying for all ellipses because entirely we described it. Okay. Now what I will do, I will include this particular for loop inside the loop. I will copy the code from here and I am pasting here. And I need to give one more flower brackets because it is the second loop, right? And now we need to follow proper indentation. After the flower brackets it should start. And I'm going to delete this loop. And now you can find out the difference. I cannot give the y position is 200 because we already mentioned that y position need to be taken from the second for loop. So instead of writing two for loops with two ellipse instructions, we can also write the loop like this. So if I click on the play button, you can see we are getting the ellipses on the complete screen. It is repeating for the complete thing and all the places we are getting. So loop inside the loop can be written like this, which is called as the nested loops. And I'm going to save this code and I will show you the same output in the big screen. If I click on the share button, it is going to be open like this in the browser. You can see. Even we can also increase the canvas size and check the output. Let us increase the canvas size to 800 comma 800. So depends on the width and height, it will be activated for this functionality condition, and then all the ellipses will be displayed. You can see now the canvas width and height is increased. So we can use the loop inside the loop like this, and you can see how beautifully our output is displayed, as we have already given the stroke weight and stroke color also. And now let us try to change the color slightly. So here I will give some number 20. And here also I will give some number 120. Let us see what will happen. The colors are going to change. Now we are getting some light colors. So this is for today's class about the nested loops. We'll meet in the next class with wonderful topic, and please type your queries in the comment section. I'll be answering for each and every query. Thank you for watching. Thank you and all. Bye.